your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to Eagles Talk Postgame edition. Our Philadelphia Eagles go down. Yes, I said it. We went down to the New Orleans Saints at home, 20-10. So we do not clinch the first seed in the NFC, not just yet. Can we stop all this talk about Jalen Hurts not being the most valuable player in the league? And if anything, the most valuable player to our team. That's 2 games in a row we've been without our MVP candidate, and we have gone down to teams that we probably would have won quite handily had we had him. So let's stop all that. Minshew is not the answer. Minshew has never been the answer. And for those who have even entertained the thought, just shut up and stop drinking. Okay, that's not the case. We cannot. We would not. This would not be a repeat of 2017 if we had to rely on our backup quarterback. As you can see, another thing this loss has done for me anyway is let me know how valuable Jalen Hurts is. It should be a wake-up call to the coaching staff and everyone else on how important Jalen Hurts is to our team. He makes everything work better. He makes the offensive brain trust look like geniuses when he's back there because they don't even seem to know how to call a game when he's not in the game. He covers for a lot of their ineptitudes. If you could see in today's game, they didn't know if they wanted to run the ball. They didn't know if they wanted to pass the ball. You know, we're all armchair quarterbacks here. We knew what the weakness of the New Orleans Saints was going into this game, running the ball, right? We know what one of the strengths of this team is running the ball, right? Seemed like a marriage made in heaven. So if we run the ball, which we do best against a team that defends the run the worst, it should be a recipe for success. But our brain trust didn't want to do that. So they didn't commit to the run early enough. They wanted to air it out. That didn't work. Then it seemed like they were in panic mode a few times in the first half. But the first half of this game was a disaster. It was a disaster. Only reason why I'm probably not going full Pat on you guys or full Seth Joyner right now is the fact that we had our backup quarterback. And that's the only reason. That is the only reason. But I am livid that this team could not pull out a win in the past 2 games over winnable teams. I said coming into this game in the pregame that it wasn't going to be easy. I didn't expect it to be easy because the Saints should run 2 in a row, and they are playing for pride. They have a top 10 defense, as I stated before. So I wasn't saying this was a pushover, but our Eagles should have won this game. Our 13-2, now 13-3 Eagles, this is a game we won maybe 4 games ago. No problem. But this current Eagles team, with minus its most valuable player, looks like a shell of its former self. Let's be honest. It looks like a shell of its former self. And that leads me to be concerned. Hopefully, what my hope is that they learn from this, that this is the kick in the ass, or I put it a little more subtle in the group chat during the game. I said that hopefully this is the huge slice of humble pie that our team and our coaches needed to digest going into the playoffs, knowing that they are not the all-knowing staff that they might have think they would. If Jalen Hurts could have played at all today, they outcoached themselves by allowing him to rest. If quote unquote he was actually injured. If he wasn't, if there was a possibility where he could play and they didn't play him because they just thought that we could win this game with Minshew, then they did terribly underestimated this game here and this opponent. And for that, they're stupid. And for that, carrying that into the playoffs, can be very detrimental to a Super Bowl run. If you get out coached that bad, it's going to be a one and done deal. So hopefully this is that big piece of humble pie that they need to get their heads out of their asses and realize we're not playing checkers anymore. We're playing chess. We're trying to win a Super Bowl, and this is not how you do it. Now we have to bring Jalen back. If his arm is hanging off or not, he has to come back next week because we got to secure that number 1 seed, right? But we could have done it today. We probably could have done it last week. We probably could have done it last week. I'm not a doctor. I wasn't there, but I know he was back in practice this week. He probably could have played this week. But no. I think what are these guys? Are they listening to Micah Parsons and Chris Sims? Are they so high on themselves? This team is so good we can win. We don't need our MVP candidate. We don't need him. This is a system team. It's more the team than the player. Hell no. Fuck no, it's not. It's not. We need Jalen. Jalen doesn't play defense, but you know what? When he's orchestrating drives, 9, 10, 11, 12 plays drives, he's giving the defense time to recuperate, even if they've stumbled early in the game. He helps them out. He helps the offensive brain trust look like geniuses when they're making some of the stupidest calls out there. It was one call. It was one in particular, and the announcers pointed it out, where Gardner Minshew, RPO, stuck the ball in the gut of the running back. The left side was wide open. There was no threat of him running that the New Orleans Saints could see of. So they didn't even leave a person out there to make sure Gardner Minshew didn't run. But Gardner Minshew's not a runner, so he gave the ball to the running back who they were waiting for a loss. That's Jalen Hurts. He doesn't give it to the running back, and he takes it right around the side. Scampers get a first down. That's just one example of how important our MVP quarterback is to this squad. So you better get his ass back on the field next week. And then, along with the urgency with next week's games, allow that whole attitude to carry on into the playoffs. Because this attitude that was displayed today and last week, we need to trash that right now, flush that now, because that's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere. We're going to be hopeful and prayerful that just the addition of having our quarterback back is going to infuse this team with that spirit and rejuvenate them back to their winning ways. That's what we need. We need that now. This was a disgrace. Let me go to some comments out there. I'm all alone, so you're going to hear my rant for the whole post game. Let me see what you guys are thinking. First person in the room is someone that I can't even understand. I don't understand, but I hope that you are an Eagles fan. All right, anyway, second person in the room from YouTube, D-Money1700. My team, yeah. Drexel Davis says, lackluster performance. Yes, no doubt. You got that right. This isn't the same team. No, it's not. Fucking sad. No pride. No, not at all. And that's what you take. That's what happens when you take a very important cog out of this machine and think it's going to run the same. No, it's not going to run the same. No, everybody, he cannot transfer his spirit, his attitude on the team, especially when he's not involved in the game plan. He has no control. He needs to be in the game. And I think he's healthy enough. Again, I'm not a doctor. I know I'm not a doctor, but that medical staff, that coaching staff, they know the real deal. It's their job now to go look in the mirror. And if Sirianni is the coach that I think that he is, he's going to look in the mirror and say, all right, I fucked that up. Because you did. You fucked that up. We could be, well, you know what? This is what we need. Maybe this is what we need. We need to be mad right now. We need to be looking stupid right now, because that's how we look right now. We need to be looking stupid, and we need to be mad going into the playoffs. We don't want to be fat and lazy. And now, with this loss today, we're forced not to look fat and lazy, not to be so comfortable that we're playing with no enthusiasm, no urgency. Our offense was dreadful today. Dreadful. Defense did a good job. I'm not going to lie. Defense did a good job. Only allowed 20 points. It's 13, really. I didn't even see the last touchdown, you guys. I'm assuming it was a turnover or something. Let me see. The X Factor. I think it's safe to say Minshew Mania is dead. Minshew Mania has been dead. Minshew is trash. Sorry. Yes, Minshew, he kind of blew his opportunity to go, and he may still get an offer, but this was an opportune time for Minshew to put on display for other teams in the league that he is a viable option as a starting quarterback in this league, because there's a lot of bad quarterbacks out here that have starting jobs. And prior to these two games, I was thinking, I even said so, that he could probably start on somebody. He could probably be a starting quarterback in this league. I don't know after the last 2 weeks. I don't think he helped his case any the last 2 weeks. So it's not, I don't think it's not an automatic that he's gone after this year. If the market looked at his, the only thing he has on film this year are these past two games, and where he's turned the ball over in crucial times, where his arm strength is not that of a, it's not, he doesn't put a lot of velocity on the ball. Let's put it that way. He hasn't helped his case at all in that sense. So he may be back, and I'm hoping that he's not, because we've seen that in times when he need him, he not even counting on to do that, because you don't want your backup quarterback is not going to be a starter sitting on the bench. I mean, unless you're in a very opportunistic situation, you're not going to have two starting caliber quarterbacks on the team. Your backup, you want to be good enough to bridge the gap if there are any type of injuries. I mean, not any, anything short of season-ending injuries that get you through the hump until your starter gets back, right? He's not proving that he could do that. He's not. So I don't know if I even want him back next year. I want somebody back that's going to win us 2 games when we need 2 games. That's good enough to at least do that. He couldn't even get us 2 games over teams that, well, this last team that's not even the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Let me see what you guys are saying. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about today's loss? It's horrible. What? Why is it going all the way up there? All right, I'm sorry. Drag it all the way back down. All right. Ed says he was ready for Eon Book. Yeah, it was bad. He said he need to be gone. Give me RG3. Yeah, I'll take RG3 out the booth any day. Gardner Prescott with all those INTs. Yeah. No, we got hurt before the playoffs. Yeah. Shoot, go get Cap. He can run the RPO. Yeah, he can. Minshew sucks. Yep, I agree with that. What you see out there? Defense definitely kept us in the game. Offense couldn't get it going. We definitely need Hurts bad. We need Hurts so bad that, we're damn it, I don't have my checkbook. I was about to pull out my checkbook right now and just write a blank check. Now, he's not going to get as much as he's going to get from Jeffrey Lurie. But look, here, Jalen, take this, whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. They open your checkbooks, give him whatever he needs. Because as you can see after today's game, 13-3 wouldn't even been a possibility without him. Without him, there's no way we sniff any parts of 13-3. Are you kidding me? You see how this offense ran today with Minshew back there with the offensive play caller losing his freaking mind. I don't know what the hell. Call it a brain freeze, brain fart, whatever you call it. It was unacceptable. Unacceptable. Frank says, mad as F, but okay, we get our B back next week. Yeah, regardless, we got to get them back, because now we need that game. We need that game against the Giants. Are you kidding me? I don't believe this. Allen, we all, I think everybody would echo this. Run the fucking ball. Out-coached again. The point I made a little earlier. But yeah, this is the type of coaching that'll get you bounced right out after having a great season, to make boneheaded calls like you did today will get you bounced one and out, one and done in these playoffs. These coaches they're not playing checkers. They're playing chess. You can't go up against the likes of a 49ers in the playoffs and have brain farts like you had on offense today. And no matter how well the defense played, and I agree, they did play solid today. They kept us in the game. But at every turn, the offensive coordinator, offensive play caller seemed like he wanted, let's see what else they could do for us. I'm getting all kind of texts and all that. I am kind of congested. But Robin says, RPO with the quarterback with cement shoes. Yes. Oh, my God. James Edgefield, thank you for supporting us on YouTube. It's starting to look like the moment is too big for the coaching staff. Our talent on both sides of the ball are winning in spite of the coaching. We said that earlier in the season. We said that all the way. You know, when they first constructed this roster, we said that the biggest fear here is that our talent is greater than the coaches that are going to be in charge of it. And I guess for about 15 weeks, we were proven wrong. But the last 2 weeks, it seems to there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. And maybe that's why, and I thought he was hating on us, Donovan McNabb, that is, because he said that he still thought this team was like a year away from making a legit Super Bowl run. And I'm starting to believe that Donovan, being in the position that he has been in, knows that when you get to the playoffs, coaching is a big part of that. And maybe this team's coaching staff just doesn't have the maturity and the experience to take it to that next level. Maybe that's what he was talking about. And if it wasn't, today's game shows that we have to worry about that. All right, Dapper Jets says Cowboys are the best team in the division. On this team, our defense is great against teams with bad quarterbacks. Well, who is that an Eagles fan? I don't know. But anyway, Browns, the white brown, this loss gave other teams hope. It gave other teams a lot of hope. You know, this is no different than when we lost to the Commanders, giving the league a blueprint on how to defeat this team. But I'm not too concerned about that, because if we get back to, number one, getting our quarterback back, that's number one. He's still so explosive, himself, and his explosiveness, his athleticism makes this offense explosive. And with that, you cannot. It's unpredictable. It's that type of explosiveness. It's unpredictable. Like when you think you're going to take away this, Jalen has the ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you that. He almost gives you that Michael Jordan factor on our offense. I mean, he's that dude. Again, I'll point out that play I just talked about. If that's Jalen Hurts, he doesn't give it to the running back. He keeps that and runs around the side. If they want to combat that now, you know, there's other options. Because that takes, if he's in the game and now they're saying, okay, he's an option to run. Now the defensive end he's frozen because he can't go anywhere. He has to stand there and wait and see if Jalen's going to run it or not. So we got him out of the play. There's just so much that Jalen Hurts opens up with this offense because of what he can do athletically. And now that he's a more superb passer, he's like the ultimate weapon. He's the ultimate weapon. And if not in any other offense, in our offense, he's definitely needed. And we see what it is when he's not in the game. There's no way Minshew plays next week night. Right? No, there's no way. Chuck says Hurts squat semi trucks. That's why the fourth and short works with him. Yes. Hemi says big difference on the offense without Jalen Hurts and Lane Johnson. Oh yeah, let's not discount that also. Lane is a very big part of this offense also. We rarely win when he's not in the lineup. And today was another example of that. But again, offensive brain trust. I'm looking at Driscoll out there with no help against Cam Jordan, as if this guy can block a Cam Jordan. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? No help? I know Pat's probably asleep because Pat he tied it on last night. Hold on just a second. Yeah, Pat tied it on. So Pat, he tapped out. Dion, what do you have to say? Dion says, I just hope they're telling us the truth about Jalen's injury. If he's more hurt than they are telling us, we're screwed. Yeah, we are, yeah. But I don't think so. I don't think we are. He doesn't come out. If his injury was as bad as worse than what they're telling us, they don't let him throw in practice this week. They don't even take the chance. They allow him to rest totally. They don't do anything. They don't do anything like they did this week. So that gives me more reason for my anger, because he probably could have played. He probably could have played this week. But, here they are. They think they're playing chess, but they're playing checkers. High and mighty. The 13-2 record got their heads a little inflated, in my opinion, anyway, and thinking that nah, it is our system. We can win with Minshew. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Let Jalen sit and all that. I'm mad because we haven't sewn it up, right? I'm mad because I'm a fan and I hate when other fans, come at me. So I'm mad about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a professional analyst or anything like that. I'm just like you guys. I'm mad just like you are. So I don't like to see that, right? So we had an opportunity here. If Jalen was playing, we could have won this game, but our coaching staff, I think they out-thunked themselves. Is that a word? Out-thunked themselves this week, and we could ill afford that. And I'm glad, actually, low-key, I'm kind of glad that it comes out now, because if any of you guys are from the Philadelphia area, you understand what it is in our sports talk media, and it's going to be a bloodbath this week. First person going to get killed is Minshew, and it has to. After that, the offensive play calling and the coach is going to take some big hits this week. So it's going to force them to have to look in the mirror. And the one thing that I do like about Sirianni is he seems to be a person without a little selfless, so to speak. Like, if it was true that he relinquished play calling duties last year, that was huge. I always looked at that. And if he's that type of person, then he's going to look in the mirror and say, yo, yeah, I screwed that up. I screwed it up royally, and we're going to have to change our attitude and our thinking pattern here, and refocus on what the goal is, and lock in, because this is just the regular season. We're going off about a team that's 13-3, that could possibly set the all-time record for wins in franchise history here. And and that's not enough, because that's not our goal. Our goal is not to do that. He didn't come in here to set franchise regular season records. He came in here to win a championship, and this team has the ability and the talent to do that. And you can mess it up with bad decisions. With bad decisions, this whole thing could be derailed. With coaching decisions that were made today, if they had been made in the first game, our first appearance in the playoffs, we would be sitting on the sideline right now. So let this be a sort of dress rehearsal of how you cannot coach and how you cannot approach games coming up in the near future. Not in the near future, next week, as much as next week. I know it's not doom or gloom or anything that if we lose that game, we're not out of the playoffs, but it messes up a golden opportunity for us to have the playoffs come through the link, right? But then after that, any mistakes like this will be the doom of this team. This whole season will be flushed because of the coaching that was on display today. Let me see. Mario, thank you for joining from Sydney, Australia. Let's not forget we had a touchdown disallowed. Yeah, that was crucial too. The refs were not very good either. The refs were not very good. That was not a hold. He pancaked the dude. I don't know. I've never seen an instance where you pancake a dude. Like that. That was bonus money type of like blocking there. Like he put the dude on his ass. Like that's what he gets paid for. and they call that a hold. That was horrible. Ed says they already said Jalen's cleared to play next week. Yeah, they probably said that at halftime. They probably said that at halftime. Yo, oh, they screwed that up so bad. Had they if he had been dressed, at least they might have been able to pivot to him in the second half or something like that. They were so sure of themselves that he wasn't even active today. Oh man, what else? Mason says true, but the way we're playing, we'll carry this right into the playoffs and be one and done. Don't say that. I shouldn't even read that. Mason, why you say that? I'm not putting that into the universe. Let me take that back. Can I take that back out of the universe? I did not say that. That was Mason. He does not speak for Dark Knight. Okay. Jeremiah says the offense was frustrated with Minshew. Yes, they were. I don't know if they was frustrated with Minshew or frustrated with the play calling, man. The play calling is everything. And it was horrible today. Why don't we have a check down for the quarterback when he's getting blitzed? Yeah, and we don't seem to have that even when Jalen's in the game. That's a good point that you make there, James. If it's next man up, why are these mofos ready? Why aren't these mofos ready? That's a good point too. On a positive note, Brandon Graham got his sack that gave him double-digit sacks. So now we are the first team with 4 people with 10 or more sacks in a season. And we are still on pace to possibly break the all-time sack record. I forget, you guys have to refresh my memory, but I think we had more than 6 sacks today. So depending on our sack total today, I think like maybe 5 more sacks or 6 more sacks will get us the record. They did a great job. They did AJ go over? Did he set the franchise record today? I'm not sure. You guys can let me know that if you know. Alan, would you be shocked if we don't win another game until next preseason? Yes, I would. Not only will I be shocked, I'd be freaking mad. I'd be livid. Are you kidding me? I'd be livid. Oh, Dwight said we had 7. We had 7 today. All right. So we only need like 5, 6 more sacks to set the record. I know we don't want the record. Alan is mad as I am. I don't want no fucking records. I want Super Bowls. Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to pivot a little bit because I've been going all in on them since I started this post-game show. And I'm probably trying to calm myself down and you guys too, because I know you guys feel like I do. I'm freaking upset. I'm upset. I'm mad because it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. If he was in a wheelchair, he would still play next week. You better believe it. Denise says our defense kept us in it. Yes, they did. There were some moments in the beginning where we couldn't get off the field, but they tightened up and they did. And we wouldn't even have an opportunity to be in the game if it was not for them holding them to 13 points for as long as they did. So I appreciate the defensive effort. Offensive effort was just it was ass to quote a former Eagles of ours. Our offensive effort was ass. My brother Tracy, what's up? You'll get it next week. We don't need the game. Sign, happy Giants fan. Yeah, the Giants have punched their ticket to the big dance, so they're in next week. So they don't have much to play for. They could be trying to rest people, and and that's a sorry thing to think about. We we hope we play a Giants team that's resting people. We were the team that were supposed to be happy if we came in and we were resting people, and now we're going to be very gracious if the Giants happen to rest some people getting ready for the playoffs. Wow, how things have changed in a matter of 2 weeks. I am playing sick right now. All right, Minshew was terrible. Missing lane 2. Yeah, I agree that. Ishmael says, my boy went to the game. I'm sure he's hurt. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Tony Barron, our resident from down under, who's come all the way from Australia to go to this game today. Thank God he's put a magnificent trip together for his son, and this is not the end of it. He'll be going to Orlando this week, and he'll be coming back next weekend to attend the Giants game. So hopefully that'll be the game we clinch the number 1 seed and make his trip as special as he's tried to make it for his son. I can't believe that. I'm mad for Tony because they did this crap. He came all the way over here to embrace his favorite football team, show his son the city that his team hails from, go all out, do all these tours, and then they come up and lay an egg like that. Shame on you, Sirianni. Shame on you guys, all of you. Let me see. He came from his boy came from Rhode Island. My boy came from Australia. Are you kidding me? Ed says the Giants will take pride in preventing Philly from clinching. They will play their starters for that reason alone. I don't know. I don't know, because they actually do have to play. It's cemented that they have to play the week after next. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how hard. I think that game after next week is going to be more important than that final game of the season. So I doubt it. But I'm not going to say that this is a game that we expect them to lay down. We still got to go out there and play. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 weeks we thought the teams were going to we didn't think the Cowboys were going to lay down, but we thought that this was going to be an easy win, and it didn't turn out to be. So I wouldn't put it past them. I know that we cannot take any weeks off from here until training camp. We can't take any more games off from now until training camp. Tony will be at the game that matters. Enjoy Orlando, Tony. Jalen back next week. Yeah. John says, I thought they were pissed from loss last week. What happened with being pissed? And it was a different use of piss. Instead of being pissed, they got pissed on. That's what happened. They got pissed on instead of being pissed. And now it's making all of us pissed. All right. Christopher says that pick six was like a knife in the chest. Okay, so that's what happened. That's why I figured what happened. I didn't see it. Damn right. Yeah. Man. It's bad. I don't think that my anger is going to subside much by the time we come back on Thursday, and I probably will be on before Thursday because that's how worked up I am. I know Pat is going to be, if he survived the game, I know Pat is going to have a whole lot to say, as well as the Queen of Eagles Talk, Michelle, also. You guys, man, what a way to bring in 2023, man. We just hope that at the end of this whole ride that we look back and we're able to laugh at it, that we're able to look at it as being a pivotal point in our run this year, because it's not over. This thing is not over. As mad as I am today, we still sit in a pretty good position, and we still are a pretty good team. We're still a pretty good team. Oh, that Sweat injury was big too. Somebody just said that. What Sweat? And I didn't like it when it happened. I saw him laying on the field immediately after that, before the stretcher, all that, and I saw him patting his hand on the turf and not moving anything else. So that was very, very scary to me. I just hope he comes back, because that our defensive line rotation is one of the tops of the league, and it's allowed us to have the sack total that we have by having these fresh bodies rotating in and out. If you don't know that BG didn't start this year, he's not started, and he has double-digit sacks. He has 11 now, right? 11 now. So that's because he has the benefit of not having to start in his advanced age. He doesn't have to start. He's able to rotate in and come in fresh a lot of the times. And that's allowed him to have his career high in sacks. So I hope, for Sweat's own personal safety, I hope he's okay. And then for my selfish reasons, I hope he's okay for our defense. Ed says Sweat went to the hospital with neck injury and further evaluation. All right, we just pray that Sweat is okay, first of all, for his overall health. Get better soon. All right, Dion, I'm with you, Dion. Okay, I'm out, Dark Knight. I'm in D.C. of all places, but gotta go. Enjoy a nice dinner anyway. Happy New Year's, Bird family. We will get this back on track. Thank you for joining us, Dion. And I'm about to say that also. Les says, I agree, Dante. Next week, our Birds are going to have to rise up to the occasion to handle business against the Giants. These injuries are hurting, but we next man up to put in the production. Yes, we've got to be. We all we have. We all we got. We all we need. We got to get it straight, though. We got to get it straight, and we only have a week to do so. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your day as much as you can. I will be back on the airways very shortly. We will definitely be back on the airways on Thursday at 7 o'clock for Eagles Talk upon further review, where we will take a closer look at this game today, get even madder, and then come and spew our hatred with you guys. We can all share in the conversation. So I'm your man, Dante and Dark Knight. I will be back Thursday along with the rest of the Eagles Talk gang, Michelle and Pat. You guys enjoy your week as much as you can, and thank you for joining us. Happy New Year's, although it sucked. Happy New Year's, guys. We'll see you guys Thursday. I'm out. Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him.